this is exciting. The course side seats, we have our good friend, the champ is here, Michael Bisping, hanging out with us. And you're getting ready to defend this title. And this is the fight that you wanted, that we wanted. And the guy you are fighting is joining us via satellite technology. It's Georges St-Pierre. There he is.
Are you there, George? Can you talk? He's been very nervous, you see. In fact, he was so nervous.
I'm terrified.
You were terrified because generally when people can't keep their hands to themselves, George, and you almost punched me in the face, that's because he's very nervous and the nerves are getting to him.
I would not punch you into the face until the fight.
Well, you punched me in the stomach last week.
You're so insecure. Why are you thinking I'm going to punch you in the face?
Well, because last week in Vegas you punched me in the stomach.
I'm just going to shove you away because I don't want you to put your hand on me.
I pointed at you because when you're nervous, he does this. He sticks his tongue into his mouth, and I said, there's the tongue again, like a lizard. The little lizard tongue was going to come out, and he flicked me in the face. Keep your hands to yourself, George.
You're on Canadian soil, so did it mean more, the trash talk?
We're on British soil.
Right. You know, I guess originally. But then same with America. That was originally.
You got the Queen on your money, so yeah, this is hometown for me.
George, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like, you know, this is obviously your country. That's got to be fighting words.
It's my country, but I don't bow down to the Queen.
Is it France or is it Canada?
I'm French Canadian. I don't bow down to the Queen.
That's not a French Canadian. Is not a country. I've never heard of it. Is it France or is it Canada? Which one? You've got to choose one. French
we're in
or
Canada.
Canadian.
We're not in England.
So you're not French Canadian then, right? You're French or you're Canadian.
George, can we talk about putting this fight together? Was there ever a point when you thought this fight was just not going to happen? And how happy are you that this is finally happening on November the 4th?
Oh, God, it was like a roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. But my eyes always been focused on Michael Bisping. I wouldn't want to fight anybody else. I've been, you know, adding weights. I had a nutrition coach, you know, that was psychologically set for that fight. You know, nothing else that I would want to do it with.
Michael, do you feel the same way? I mean, obviously, this is the fight you want.
No. See, he's been psyching himself up. He's been psychologically psyching himself up for 18 months to face me. This is just another day in the office for me.
Right.
You know, it's just another opponent. Another opponent, another fight. I've done it time and time again.
But you always tweeted out, you said you wanted him.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. George he's had a fantastic career. He's an amazing fighter. He was, you know, a long-time welterweight champion, retired as champion. To add his name to my resume, you know, hopefully to get a win. I'm not expecting an easy fight. If I was to do that, of course, it's great for me. You know, George is one of the greats.
What's your strategy to be aggressive? Because George has had such a long layoff.
Yeah, I'm going to put it on him. As soon as the referee says fight, then I'm going to go straight at him. I'm going to look to knock him out. And George is going to be standing there like a rabbit in the headlights, okay, or like a deer in the headlights, as these guys like to say. And he's going to be frozen like this, like a lizard that doesn't want to move, okay? And I will pounce, pow, and take him out, and I'll splat you. I'll splat you like the little nerd that he is. He'll be knocked out in Madison Square Garden.
George, your response?
Splat.
I'm going to punch him, I'm going to slam him, I'm going to submit him. If it doesn't work, I'm going to re-punch him and re-put him down many times. It's going to be a hell of a fight.
He's not going to do anything, George. We know you're going to try and avoid fighting. You're going to try and take me down. When people do that, that's them hiding from the fight. He's going to try and hide from the fight. He's going to take me down. He's going to hide.
I'm going to stand in the middle and swing for the fans. And stand my ground and not moving and swing for the fans. Right, that's what you want me to do.
Well, let's make it better right now. You're going to stand your ground and fight like a man?
Yeah, I'm going to stand like a flag and swing for the fans. I'm going to stand in the middle with no movement, like a phone book fight.
Okay, but George, you know, you are known as a guy who likes the ground game. You're a fighter, Michael. You're a fighter. Have you changed your strategy, your training strategy to face George?
No, I mean, George is a very well-rounded fighter. You know, of course, he's got a background in karate and this and that, but he predominantly, and you can just look at the way he fights, predominantly he likes to take people down and avoid the fight, takes them down to the floor. He doesn't get submissions. I mean, he has submitted people, he has finished people, but not since 2009. So I'm being deadly serious when he's going to look to take me down and control me on the ground. And it's very suffocating, it's very frustrating for me, of course. It's also frustrating for the audience, People want to see us throw down. And that's what I'm going to do. Not because I'm stupid. See, the way I fight is the art of hitting without getting hit. I'm not going to be an idiot, just plant my feet and let him swing and until one man falls down. No, there's a lot of tactics, a lot of strategy, and I'll be doing that. I'll be using footwork. I'll be picking him off. I'm taller, I'm longer, I'm faster. He thinks that I'm just bigger. No, I'm faster. I've got better striking. I've got better kickboxing. I've got a lower resting heart rate. I have a better arsenal of strikes. I can read him. I've got more heart. I've got more brains. All he does is hold on for dear life like a little
George, you must have seen tape of Michael's fights, countless tape. What's your take on his style?
Yeah, he's a great striker. He thinks that he's better than he is, unfortunately for him. But I'm gonna put him back to his place. You know, like I got way more weapon to win, way more ways to win that fight that he does. And my game is always to take my opponent out of his comfort zone and fight my fight. And that's what I'm gonna do. You know, he's not gonna be able to do nothing to me. I'm gonna fight my fight. He's just gonna.
And that's
just
what you're
gonna be a
supposed to
victim.
do.
He's gonna be a victim. That's what is gonna happen. He's gonna be a victim.
And that's what you're supposed to do, George. And good for you. I applaud you. You know, take me down, because on the feet you will get knocked out. But that's why I brought in very, very good wrestlers, and way better wrestlers than George could ever dream of being. George actually isn't a good wrestler. He has good timing, and he's very explosive. And when he times it, he takes people down. But I brought in better wrestlers than him, so the takedown won't be an issue. And if he does take me down, which he probably will at some point, I'll get back to my feet. Bigger, better wrestlers than Georges St-Pierre have not been able to hold me down. I don't know why this little lizard thinks he can. The gecko. We'll call you the Gecko St-Pierre.
Okay. George, you've got Freddie Roach in your corner. You've trained with Freddie for a long time. Is this specifically aimed at taking on a great striker like Michael, or is just someone that you love to train with consistently?
Yeah, I brought many guys for sparring too. I spar with many guys that are much better striker than Michael Bisping, and bigger. Some is faster and all kind of different fighter. It's impossible to find a guy like Michael, but I find guys that are better at what Michael do in certain part of the game. So that's why I've been working with. I work with Freddie, but my game doesn't only.
He got axed from the UFC. And listen, he's training with Freddie Roach. If he was actually going down to LA and getting out of your comfort zone, right, and going down to LA and training in the Wildcard gym with all those boxers, right, and all those badasses that they have in there, then maybe I'd be worried. But no, he's bringing Freddie up to Montreal, and Freddie's holding pads. That doesn't matter. The beauty about training with Freddie Roach is the people that he can bring to the table, not what Freddie, an older gentleman, can do. You know what I mean? And you have to build up a relationship as a fighter and a coach. Come on. Freddie Roach can't even spell UFC.
We'll give this to both of you guys. Michael, you start. How does this fight end?
Listen, I'm not expecting a walk in the park. I respect George, I really do. But this is war, so I'm going to bust his balls a little bit.
You give us a round?
Yeah, round. I'm going to try for round one. I say I put him out in round two, and I'm talking to you, Georgie boy. Round two, buddy. You might make it out of round one, because I know you do like to get marked up. If you look at his fights, that he doesn't do this too much of, he marks up really badly. So he'll be marked up. He'll be in pain, and then the referee will stop it somewhere in round two.
George, how about you?
It's either I'm gonna be the champion. I'm gonna fight him until he breaks, and he's gonna make a mistake, and I'm gonna finish him.
Can you give us a round?
Round one.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, George hasn't finished anybody in 10 years.
I got to say, though, George's suit looks nice. I think you got to him with that history.
I know, because that last piece of trash he had on. You know what I mean? He went out and bought a new one. Hey, your tailor owes me 10%.
George, thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much. UFC 217, November the 4th, Madison Square Garden. Order it on pay-per-view. Guys, thank you. This is terrific.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Great seeing you again.
Good seeing you guys.
Great seeing you.